You're good, Sarge.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone to the 6th Annual VFW Scholarships Award Banquet. Your presence here tonight makes the officers of Pemberton Rental Boers Post 7158 very proud. And at this time, I'd like to introduce two of our officers that are here. We have Bob Isbell back there. He is our quartermaster. Thanks, Bob. And I have Peter Stone, who is our chaplain. And my name is Alan Reed, and they keep putting up with me, and they keep putting me in as commander because they don't want to do it. And that's okay. So I got the job by process of elimination here. So there we go. Okay. But the real spotlight tonight belongs to our guests of honor sitting at the finalist table. So won't you please give these honorees a hand this evening. We would also like to welcome our press representative from the Citizen Observer, who is here to offer coverage and photos for this evening's award. So be sure to purchase this Thursday's newspaper to find the article and photos. Parents and grandparents, please feel free to take all the photos and videos that you want. And please feel free to put them on social media so that we can all enjoy the accomplishments of these fine young people here. So let's open the evening with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you all would please stand if you're able to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The VFW essay competition held every year and has two age divisions. Students in 6th through 8th grades compete for the Patriot Pen, and 9th through the 12th grades enter the Voice of Democracy competition. All essays turned into the post by the deadline are sent out for blind scoring by judges who are not related to the contestants. The judging is stricter at the high school level than those students they must produce 3 to 5 minute recording speech to submit with their written essay and application. This year, the Patriot Pen students were assigned the theme, "How can I be a good American?" And the Voice of Democracy theme this year was America. Where do we go from here? Each year, I think I lost my spot there. Okay. The top finalists, determined by the number total of entries, are sent on to district level where their essays are judged against hundreds more. Winners at the district level proceed on to the state and national level. And the National Voice of Democracy winner is chosen in Washington, D.C. and receives a $30,000 college scholarship from the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We will now announce the ranking of the Patriot Pen finalists, and when our first place finalist is named, they will deliver their speech for you all to hear this evening. Our fourth place Patriot Pen honoree is Hallie Foster, daughter of Toby and Deborah Foster. Congratulations.
Can I get a photo, honey? We can I wasn't on the ball.
She wasn't on the ball.
I wasn't ready. Yay, thank you.
Our third place Patriot Pen recipient is Sydney Lovejoy, daughter of Quentin and Sabrina Lovejoy. Congratulations. Our second place Patriot Pen recipient is Jocelyn DeVorce, daughter of Angela Rhodes and Chris DeVorce. Congratulations. And our first place Patriot Pen recipient goes to Jake Fibert, son of John and Stacy Fibert III. The first place winner will now deliver his essay for us this evening. Jake Fibert is from Cameron, Missouri, and an 8th grader at the Cameron Veterans Middle School. He is also a baseball player and avid fan.
Jake, hold on. Alan.
There you go.
How can I be a good American? There are many ways in which you, me, and our neighbors can be good Americans. But the three essential ways that stood out to me are having respect for our nation, having respect for another's opinion, and lastly, expressing our patriotism. These are all great ways to be a good American. To start, having and or showing respect for our country is to look at America in a positive way. For instance, we think of America, we shouldn't be incited on supremacy or our democracy, but instead we should focus on our values. American citizens should be trying to benefit our country economically, and an easy way to boost our economy is to simply get a job. Finally, present your opinion to our leaders, which means expressing or petitioning your ideology. In conclusion, showing respect to our nation is a good way to be a good American. To further elaborate, being a good American also includes respecting others' opinions. Respecting the government, authorities, differences shouldn't segregate Americans from each other, it should help connect us. As Thomas Jefferson stated, I never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, and philosophy as cause for withdrawing from a friend. To exercise the full meaning, Jefferson is saying we should never let our opinions divide us from Americanism. Americans should respect each other and their conceptions. Being prideful in all that America has accomplished and celebrating that with others is a good way to show your support for our country. As Harry Truman said, America was not built on fear. America is built on courage, on imagination, and an unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. Truman is saying that we must do and shouldn't be afraid of doing our jobs. To add, America is like a family. 9/11 is an example of when America was acting like a big family. Also, Americanism isn't just about opinions. Our pride is the drive. Support for our veterans is important. The national anthem quotes, "The land of the free and the home of the brave." In the final analysis, how we can be a good American is to first have respect for our country, have respect for others' opinions, and express our patriotism towards our country. These are all great ways to be a good American. How are you going to change today to be a better American?
Thank you, young man. Appreciate that.
Do I put this?
Yeah, you can take that with you if you want to, that's fine. It is now time to announce the ranking of our Voice of Democracy finalists. Third place, you got huge. Sorry.
We did not notice how we were doing that.
You get the trophy too.
Yes. I looked down, saw it, and said, oh, wait a minute.
That looks good.
Yeah, okay. Third place goes to Jalen Collins, daughter of Clint and Jamie Collins. Second place, Voice of Democracy recipient goes to Grady Burton, son of Dennis and Mindy Burton. Congratulations. And our first place, Voice of Democracy recipient goes to Renee DeVorce, daughter of Angela Rhodes and Chris DeVorce. Renee DeVorce is from Carrollton, Missouri, and also a homeschooler. She is a cadet in the Zion Preparatory Academy Junior ROTC program. Participation in this competition is required for all cadets. We are very proud of her accomplishments. Renee, congratulations. At this time.
Renee, don't leave. Oh, she's on. Okay.
Patriotism consists not in waving the flag, but in striving that our country shall be righteous as well as strong. James Bryce. Over the years, there has been a question that has often arisen from the people of the United States, as well as people across the globe. That question is, where will America go from here? There are two options. America can either continue down the path it is on, or it can turn around and get back on track. The first option that we have as Americans is that we can continue descending down this path of destruction and desolation. In a survey conducted between January 11th and January 13th of 2021, it was found that 4 in every 5 Americans believe that we are falling apart. There is division between all people. Everyone has acquired a mindset that we should only go after what we want and not take other people's lives into consideration at all. This has turned so that everyone is against everyone. We fight about not getting our way and want to push others down so that we can climb further. We have also started to rewrite history books and tear down statues. We've torn down statues that depict people who were important to American history. We claim that these statues are glorifying those individuals whom people disagree with. However, these statues are there to remind us that there is history that we do not want to repeat. If we tear down the statues, what is to stop those in charge of what's taught in history books from writing out small pieces of history that we won't even notice? And then, as time progresses, they can continue corroding small pieces that future generations won't realize. Future generations won't even be able to stop this until eventually they have completely rewritten history. The media has also become a source of our opinions rather than our own research. We quickly trust whatever they present to us instead of learning about it ourselves. We hand over our children to the government to teach them and then trust that they will be able to live in the world that we leave them. We can continue down this path of self-destruction until we either destroy ourselves or get destroyed by other countries. The second option is to change the path that we are on and to help this country. We can stop blaming each other and hurting one another. We can instead come together to help one another and care for each other. We could all work together to achieve our goals and not bring people down. In the same way, we need to stop being offended by other people. There will always be those who disagree with you, and you will never be able to change that. We should realize that we are all different people who do believe in different ways, and that nobody is exactly like the person sitting next to them and never will be. What we can change is how we will react. We can take a stand for good, leading the way for future generations. We can teach our history so that they know what has happened and will know how to stop it from happening again. We desperately need to turn back to what our country was founded for. We have an obligation to research our founding documents, the Declaration, the Constitution, and others, in order to educate ourselves and our children on the foundation of this country. We have for too long let the government control what and how our children learn. This mindset was satirized by Jonathan Swift in his book, Gulliver's Travels. In it, he talks about the Lilliputans, a group of people who he meets during his adventures. One of their laws states that their children would be sent off to school where the government would teach them until they were old enough to live on their own. He was satirizing the way the people of his day would hand over their kids to be taught by others because they did not need to teach them. We should actively have a part in what our children are learning and should be the ones to help them through their lives instead of only trusting others to teach our next generation. For too long, we have been allowing the government to take more and more power, slowly letting them take control. If you look into the Constitution, it is said so that the government is limited and the people are able to have more control over their decisions. However, in this day and age, we are dependent upon the government, allowing them to take over numerous things, such as healthcare, housing, and welfare. We need to stand up and declare what the Constitution really says, that those in power represent we the people and do not dictate them. We need to do our own research and not depend solely on what the media conveys. We need to make our own decisions and our own choices instead of just going along with what the majority rules. These are the options that we are faced with today. We are to choose between continuing down the path that we are on or turning from the way that we are going now and help make the United States as great as it once was. We need to realize that we are self-destructing and will continue till we collapse into ourselves. There is no time to waste trying to please everyone. We can't just expect someone else to come around and change what is happening. Rather, we need to take the initiative and fight for this country. But the decision lies with you. What will you choose?
The officers of the VFW wish all of these students the best of luck in the future. The winning essays will be printed in the upcoming Citizen Observer as well, so be watching for that. And we will now offer a short grace and benediction, and the buffet line will open for our guests of honor first, and then all of our friends and family. Chaplain?
Could all bow your heads with me? Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for these fine students and their families gathered here tonight. We thank you for the opportunity we have been given to celebrate their accomplishments. We thank you that we live in this great country with freedoms worth celebrating and soldiers brave enough to defend them. We ask for your continued blessing upon us and on the meal we are about to receive. Amen.
Amen. That concludes our 6th annual Patriot Pen Bush Democracy.
You guys are up first for food.
And you are the first ones to get in line.